Welcome to Rom Wills Money Matters. Keep those receipts. Keep those receipts, y'all. Now, this is especially true if you're an entrepreneur. Especially true if you're an entrepreneur. But you can even do it if you just have a regular job. Keep every single receipt of any expenditure you made. You know, like if you just, if you have a house, like that's one of the things. That's one of the things because, you can write off the interest from your mortgage and things of that nature. You know, if you have a home, that's one of the things that's one of the great things about owning a home. Now, if you don't own a home or something, that's all right, as long as you're keeping receipts from other stuff. And that's especially true for business. You know, it's not even so much how much money you're making, it's how much that you're spending on tax write-offs. You got to have as many tax write-offs as possible. Like every single thing, okay, for example, if you're in business, every single thing that you do or buy that's related to business, you can write it off. Like, for example, I recently got an iPad. I use it strictly for business. Seriously, I might every now and then I might surf the net or something for like 2 minutes and then getting back to my business. But, one of the main things I use it for is social media. Just it's a great picture on there and everything. I make videos to upload to a couple of my subscription sites, so that's money related. And everything. And even when I put some on IG from there, that's still promoting me because people, they'll see me on IG. And even though I'm not making money directly from IG, I make contacts and people hear about me and everything. I have a link on my IG that links to all my other sites where I can make money. So there's all of that's connected. All of that's connected. I don't have anything on there that's not related to business. Like I said, I may take a minute here and there and surf the net just for a minute. Just because I'm, for whatever reason, I'm relaxing, don't feel like walking over to my laptop, right? But that's just one thing. When I'm out or doing something business-wise, like going to the summit, like going to the upcoming self-improvement summit, I'm gonna be writing off all my expenses for that. That's business. I'm not going there for fun. I'll be presenting something. I'm getting paid for the summit. So it's like that's a business thing. I keep the receipts. I'm eating something. I'm keeping it. If I have a business like, okay, if I'm out and I have a business like meeting with somebody, we're eating. And I say, oh no, I got it. Writing it off. Every little thing is like, when I got to buy, tape for when I'm mailing books out or I'm buying, these special cartons to mail the books in. That's business. You keep every single receipt. Now, in the last episode, I said something about, a whole lot of YouTubers, because there's a whole lot of YouTubers claiming to be millionaires and all of that stuff. And I don't know whether they are or not. I would just hope that, like, for example, if somebody get a whole lot of money on AdSense, really that much money or, something like that, they got some write-offs. They got some write-offs because, trust me, it will be taxed. It will be taxed. And that's something in general, too, because if you're in business and you don't have the taxes automatically taken out, you need to be saving some money. This is a tangent, but listen, follow what I'm saying. You need to be saving up some money. So, like, hypothetically, if you're getting $10,000 a month, you should focus on saving $4,000. At least try as much as possible. It might be hard because you will get hit up. But while you doing that, say, all right, like the YouTube thing, you got to find something. Like some people, if they're making $1 million or something, they might have to buy that house real quick or someplace. They're going to have to buy something. They're going to have to do some stuff to be able to write it off, or you do get hit at tax time. So, I'm like, that's the first thing I think. Somebody saying they're making a lot of money. I say, okay, how many write-offs you got? And, if you're making a lot, you probably have to buy a house. Now, I'll tell you now, I don't have a house now because I don't want to, where I'm living now, only see probably maybe another year or so staying in the area. And that's because my son is in a school in the area. But if I had plans to stay more permanent, I'll start looking for a house tomorrow if I wanted to like remain in the area, because that's a very good write-off. But whenever you're making money, you got to keep those receipts. And if you have questions about it, I mean, talk to a tax attorney, talk to a tax professional, and you probably need to if you're in business yourself and you don't have an understanding of all those things, right? Like myself, I don't really need a tax attorney, at least right now, because my grandmother was an accountant and I learned a lot from her. So, and she had a business. She had a real estate, some homes. She was both residential and for a few years, she had a commercial property too. So I learned a lot from her. But if I got more complicated, building all this other stuff, oh yeah, I got an attorney on standby, tax attorney or accountant or someone of that nature. Or the advisor is like, hey, you need to let me know. That's your job. But in general, though, keep those receipts, because even if you don't have a business, there's a lot you can write off, even if you just have that regular 9 to 5. And, like I say, if you own a property or something, or if you, like, say you're getting out of school, there's a certain amount of student loans you can write out, write off. There's a certain percentage. They give you a lot, really. And even with certain bank accounts, you get, you have an IRA, bunch of other stuff, because I'm gonna tell you what, that's the interesting thing about tax forms. If you really go through it, they give you about 1,000 ways to save that money. And especially if you're in business, anybody who's filled out one of those Schedule C's, they got a lot of stuff you could probably like write off, even driving your car. Like people who drive an Uber or something, or they're Uber driver, Lyft driver. They got to look into those mileage. Now, I don't know exactly about that because I don't use my car for business. But years ago, I used to use my car for a business. So, write it off, right? Write it off. You can write off, if you're in business, write off the amount of space you use. Write off the equipment. Like with the equipment and stuff that you use, you can it's two different ways. Sometimes if you paid like $300 for something, you can write it off the whole thing, or you could, write off a percentage of it every year. I forgot the exact word. Yeah. It's early in the morning, y'all. But anyway, the bottom line is keep those receipts. Keep it for every single, even if you ain't sure you could write it off, keep it anyway, and then go talk to a tax professional and ask them. And indeed, for many people, a tax professional could tell you some stuff you're not even thinking about. All right? But keep those receipts. That's how the billionaires save a lot of money. That's why they wink at, when you talk about tax hikes. They got 1,000 ways to, write off stuff. I mean, shoot, you can write off taking stuff to Goodwill. One of those Goodwill places, giving some clothes, they'll give you a piece of paper to use. One year when I gave this car away to one of those places, they gave me a form I could use. That's the key, y'all. Keep those receipts. Even if you, like I say, even if you got a regular 9 to 5 job, keep those receipts. And, if we have any tax professionals like that who are listening, put your information in the description box. I want to get you some business, okay? Seriously, because a lot of people could use it. A lot of people, they miss out on a lot of money. They miss out on a lot of money because a lot of people, they can still fill out their own tax form, but sometimes they don't know what they can write off, and the IRS ain't going to tell you, But keep those receipts, bottom line, no matter what you do. Keep those receipts, then break them out, organize them, break them out at tax time, all right? So anyway, let's go make that money.